10-4 Dano, Mr. Dave here in the office, learning all this techno stuff with YouTube. How you guys doing out there? It is Saturday night. Time to rock. We make rocks, so we rock out. Anyway, guys, how you guys doing out there? What is the story with you? Are you guys having a good day? Are you having a good day? Are you the champion of your cause, the boss of the applesauce, leader of your band, author of your book? Are you holding the reins of the stagecoach that's blazing forth with 6 or 8 horses, dragging you into the future and wondering what is around the bend? Are there going to be pitfalls, booby traps, bumps in the road? Well, of course, it's life. Anyway, Mr. Dave here, just want to talk about starting your business. And especially nowadays, you can start a business pretty darn easy. YouTube, for example, I think you can start your channel with, no expense. You just set it up and go. I'm pretty sure. I don't think there was a fee when I started it, 7, 8 years ago. And so businesses can be started online, and just you share what you know, your knowledge, your expertise. You have lived a life and you have gained knowledge and experience, and you know stuff. And sharing that knowledge can become a business. But what do you want to do? What kind of business is it? Obviously, if you want to be a restaurateur, like my brother, Mark, he has a business up in Big Bear Lake, California. I think it's Big Bear City, Thelma's Restaurant. He started that business many, many years ago. And boy, has he worked hard to build and grow that. So if you want to start a restaurant, that's a whole nother process. I was starting things that I had a passion for. The first one was photography, and that led and supported my future businesses. So thinking about what you want to do, you got to get really good at it, whatever it is. So you got to know something. But I read this somewhere. You just have to know a little bit more than what your students know. In other words, if you have some knowledge and you've gone down a road of skill sets, or you're providing a service, you created some kind of product that people like, want, and need. If you're a little bit ahead of the game and you don't have it all figured out, you're not all dialed in, you haven't solved all the problems, but you got stuff that you know how to do and others would appreciate and learn from, give it a go. I wrote a blog and it talked about starting your business. When's the best time? Well, kind of now. Just do something. Obviously, like I said, if it's a big enterprise, you need investors, venture capital. You're going into that whole world. That's a whole nother world that I'm kind of not speaking about. And I'm sure there's endless content online that teach you and show you how to do that. But for me, it's just a matter of getting into something, be passionate about it, be excited about it, and sharing that passion with other people. Photography was the first thing. And so it was a hobby at first, and I really enjoyed it. And so I ended up just $20, $25 for business cards. No, it was $20 for business cards, $25 for a business license. Boom. I was in business. This was years and years and years and years ago. I think it was just out of high school a couple of years, but I'd been taking photographs during bike rides down the coast on the boardwalk and just enjoying that whole creative option, or opportunity, I should say, to capture the moment. Sunsets, silhouettes, always a good, easy way to really get a compelling picture and photograph. But in any event, I turned it into a business, and that business allowed me to go to Europe on a trip that was a business trip. And I took photographs, sold them to the rest of the attendees on that trip, and got a trip out of the deal, and made some money too. So take what you love to do. Don't be afraid to turn it into some kind of a money-making situation. But I can tell you that your hobby can become a business, and the business can become a drudgery. So that is true too. So it's an important thing to just try to make sure that you're following your passion, but you want to keep soul food in there. You want to make sure you're feeding your soul with things along this journey. But the first thing that I did was do it for free. So the key that you want to remember when you're doing a business and you're going to be providing a service or a product, like if you're creating something, you're a crafter and you're making stuff, no problem. Get pretty good at it, but then give stuff away. um, donate some of these creations that you have to family and friends. Get some feedback from them, so to speak. Find out if your idea for a quote unquote business is a viable one. It's so interesting and it's so educating, and it changes who you are when you become a business owner. I can vouch for that big time. It's almost like as opposed to a college degree, let's say, there's the college of hard knocks. There's the college of the marketplace, and you step into that, and it teaches you. And it is the coolest thing when it works. When you get paid to do something you enjoy already, and you're loving it, and you're digging it, and you're having a good time with it. It's amazing how that works. And there'll be bumps in the road, like I was talking about at the beginning, and so you got to keep an eye on that stuff. There's no shortcuts really. There are the occasional person that gets out there and does something. You're a programmer, and we hear those stories all the time about tech guys, the geek gang that are ruling the world, it seems like now. They learned how to write code and all that stuff, and have gained insight in that whole world. And then they make some kind of a software program or an app, and then they sell it for $1 zillion, and the rest is history, and they get to go on and explore other options for creative expression, and hopefully they're getting something going. And so in any event, I'm talking about your personal journey. If you can write code, great, but you're probably competing against a whole bunch of other people that are trying to have that Cinderella story, you might say, where they figured out a need, and they went ahead and filled that need. And I think someone said, if you can create something that people like, want, and need, you got something that's going to carry you through to the future. And if they're happy with what you're providing, they'll be your, I was going to say gravy train, but it's not always a lot of gravy. Sometimes there's other stuff in there too. But passion comes through to people. If you care about people and you care about their experience with your product or service, then it's almost like you can't lose. Now you've got competition out there in the real world. Again, the college of hard knocks, you might call it. And so you got to pay attention a little bit to how that's working out. But I'm a person who believes that God cares about me, and that there is a God, and he, she, them, or it, I used to say, knows my name, cares about my journey, and is there to support me and carry me through on my life path, if you will. And so I have a confidence and a belief that I'm going to be okay. Now, there's medical issues that some of you guys know my journey has included, and that has changed who I am as well. But find your passion, get to where you're doing it well, share it with family and friends, and give it away. Give it away for free. You'll notice that a lot of the online platforms and services and all this are free. And so they are giving you a lot of value. I use Canva, for example, to write my books. I think it's free still. I mean, there's a pro version, but the free version is crazy. I'm working on right now a new course coming up, and I'm writing the PDF files to go with each of my videos on that course. It's going to have 4 sessions. And the amount of stuff that's there for free. Canva is free, a platform right now. You can work to write beautiful PDF files, include pictures and little elements you can put in there, and really make it nice. There's links you can set up, and that, again, that's a free thing. So you can create content on a platform that costs you nothing, zilch, nada. And so if you can take and use something out there that's provided for free, create some value in your content through your creativity and sharing your knowledge, your stories, where you've come from, what you've been through, things you've learned along the way. you can monetize that content. And if you would rather just share your heart and spread goodness and goodwill and stories of discovery, recovery, overcoming hardships, we need a lot of that out there. So put that out there. That is just an amazing thing that we all can do. Again, so starting your business, what do? Give it away. Be good at what you're doing. At some point, though, you can then start to invest in that marketing strategy and take and try things that are different. I was going over my photographs, like some of you guys who are following me on this YouTube channel, and there was a home and garden show at the Del Mar Fair, which is a place just north of San Diego, not too far, 20, 30 minutes, maybe less from downtown if the traffic's good. And they're having a home and garden show. And I have a background of sand sculpting. I don't know if some of you guys know my story. Some of the videos I've shared lately show some of those projects. I'm just kind of going through the pictures, these old pictures, prints that I paid money for. So it cost me a lot of money to learn how to take photographs. I tell you guys right now with digital cameras, man, you are saving thousands of dollars. I'm telling you, to get to where you're competent and you're good, because you just delete all your tries, if you will, at taking pictures. So that's a good thing. But there was a home and garden show coming up, and I was like, okay, cool. I talked to the organizers of it, and I said, I can do a sand sculpture right there at the entrance, and really welcome people to this show. Do a sand castle, and I had pictures because that's what I did at the time, full time. And lo and behold, they said, sure, cool, all right. So you can market your business and welcome guests to this event with a 20 by 20 foot booth right at the entrance to the entire show. I wasn't on a row along a wall with 15, 20, who knows, 40 other vendors trying to share their wares at a garden show. I was the big thing right at the beginning when you come into the building they had, the convention building for this show. And so I don't know how this will look on I guess the wording's background is not there. And I don't know if you can see it's clear or whatever, but I had these big panels. I made those just from buying them from Home Depot, had some wood chips around, little mud bricks around there on the bottom. And so we went ahead and got this booth space, and I did my sand sculpting thing that I do inside of an 8x8 box. And so that was an investment that I made, but the cost was pretty much my time, and that was about it. And of course, the stuff that was needed for the booth display itself. So you ask people stuff, you give them something, and they'll give you stuff back. It's amazing. So I just want to let you guys know, starting a business is something that has a lot of forethought that should go into it, but it doesn't have to have too much, depending on what you're trying to do. Again, if you're going online and starting some stuff, you can be a consultant online. Susie Smith's expertise in walking your dog, and you begin building that out, flush it out on a simple platform. I mean, there's a lot of good software programs out there and platforms you can build stuff on, very minimal expense. Some are free, and there's free platforms too. So building a business right now online is like a no-brainer. And then if you want to go ahead and start making things, crafts are very popular. There's a lot of that going on too. But give it away, and the return will be amazing. As you give it away, you can get, for me anyway, I got a photograph, a referral letter, and a video of what I was doing for a customer. And so I did a project for a friend. He just paid for materials, and I built it on his property. It was a waterfall with fake rock. I've never done much fake rock at all. It was brand new, but I knew enough how to do something. And that thing's in the ground 25, 28 years later, or whatever it is. But I got a photograph of it, which was also in that booth display I just showed you. And that got me customers from that show that began the process of being a professional faux rock, or also rubber liner, pond builder. And the next thing you know, I met a landscape company, a guy who owned a landscape company and did bigger, higher end projects. And he was starting to do pools. And he said, "Hey, Dave, can you come do this fake rock project here?" And I did it at his house. And then this whole neighborhood around there, I did like 3 or 4 of the pools in that little area where he was doing stuff. And I was like, I kind of know how to do fake rocks, sorta. I didn't really, but I knew enough to get it started. And before you know it, I was a fake rock guy doing fake rock stuff. At the time, I was still doing sand sculpture. So when you own your own business and you're the captain of the ship, while you're running that business, you can allocate time to whatever you want. So you can set up your life in a way and your business to run over here. I'm going to do this or that job, and then I'm going to go over and I'm going to check this out. You can do research and begin to go into a whole new field. I didn't know anything about making fake rocks, zero. And I think I've told this story before. I came home from travels on one year, and I had been away from my house 230 days, not counting travel, if I'm remembering right. Maybe it kind of grows over the years, and I start to embellish it. I don't know, but it was hundreds of days I was not at my house. And my 2-year-old son Daniel, my firstborn little boy, was hanging out with mom, and I the door and I say, "Hey, buddy, what's going on, man? How you doing? Here's Dad." Like clutching mommy, going, who is this strange man? So I got a really good sense that I'm away from home too much. And so it was at that point that I began to realize I got to do something else. Well, making water features, especially in the rubber liner domain, I think it was Aquascapes was the company that I ran across, and I started just buying some of their products. It's a kit basically, and it wasn't that hard. But that was the beginning of moving towards my current career of being a faux rock contractor. It was a stepping stone. But while I was doing sand sculptures, again, I'm the boss, so I get to schedule where I'm going to go and what time I can allocate to this new endeavor, this new business. Because I dictate that, I define that. So just an amazing thing. Don't be afraid to try. Failure always precedes success. And the process of risk, stepping into the void, stepping into the uncomfortable zone, it's hard, but it's worth it. At least that's been my experience. I wouldn't trade it for anything. And it's great being your own boss. I mean, that's just pretty killer. Excuse me, I had too much tea. I'm burping. But anyway, so Mr. Dave here, just talking about starting your business. Step out there on faith. Believe in yourself. Hang in there. I talked about in my last live video about the little nagging voices that tear you down, pull you down. Describe who you are. You can't do it. You're not smart enough. It'll never work. All that stuff. If it's not serving you, if it's not a positive vibe coming into your spirit, you got to change the voice, turn it into a squeaky mouse that's telling you, you really suck. Then you can sort of go, that's sort of funny. I'm not going to listen to that voice. One of the things I learned at a Tony Robbins workshop I took, 25 years ago, I actually did the firewalk. I actually walked on hot coals, 12 feet of hot coals, barefoot. And Tony Robbins does have big hands. He really does. Just like Jack Black said, banana hands in that movie. Remember that movie? Yeah, anyways, so I've been trying to learn and grow and discover what's going on in me and what I need to do to make myself better, how to turn the volume down on voices that are just pulling me down, that are in my own head between my ears. And each little step forward each day, just one step, is leading me in a better direction. But I'm the captain of my ship, like I like to say. So be the captain of your ship. If you want to start a business, don't be afraid. Step out, give it away for free. And as you do that, you start to get referral letters, and you get video and some still photographs. All of that leads to marketing and credibility, and helps you create marketing materials, which I did, full little kits, little packets that I could mail out to prospective clients and stuff. So it's also good to learn how to do a decent video and take photographs that aren't too bad. Again, if it's if it's a product or service that would do well with that kind of content. Otherwise, you can hire people and have them do it as well, of course. But and then lastly, just keep a balance in this whole journey, guys. I dove into my businesses and gave them everything I got, but I neglected my family and my sons. So don't do that. Remember to not forget your family. Don't forget your wife or your husband, boyfriend, girlfriend, your children. Keep them right up there at the level of the most important things in life. And we know they are essentially, but I can tell you as an entrepreneur, the entrepreneurial process can be very, very compelling, and either through fear or ambition and passion and enthusiasm and obsession, a little OCD in there, you can end up just launching forward, driving forward, and your family's like, "Hey, where'd he go? Where'd she go? Remember us? Hey, yeah, it's nice to see you every once in a while. Do you like us anymore? Because you're dove into your business and you're not connecting with us. So remember to stay connected, keep your life balanced, and you will go far. And lastly, as I always say in my videos, remember to be forgiving and thankful. You got to get the forgiveness thing going strong in your life. Forgive yourself your mistakes, forgive your parents, forgive anybody who wronged you, and get past that as much as you can. If you need to talk to a counselor or whatever, do it, get it done. And then gratitude. Every morning you wake up, you look up and you go, wow, I am so thankful. I am in America. I have a job, or nothing hurts. Every morning I wake up, nothing hurts. All my parts seem to be sort of working still. And I've had times when my parts don't work. That's why I sat in a chair and would get dialyzed for 4 hours, for 19 months, my last little session with dialysis. So every day be thankful and grateful. And again, forgiving. Get those things strong in your life, gratitude and forgiveness, and you'll be happy camper. So as I usually do, ramble on too long. Just giving you some thoughts on that. Give it away for free if you're starting a business, and don't be afraid to try. And you will grow and learn in ways you never thought you would. And it could be awesome. So anyway, Mr. Dave, checking out. And thank you for watching my stuff. Remember to subscribe to my YouTube channel if you haven't already, and keep your eyes peeled. I'm going to be launching a new course here, and it's project study courses is going to be the category. And I want to go back on jobs and really dive deep into how we did a particular job, flush it out fully, full video sessions, PDF files that really break it down, give you all the details and steps involved, so you can get really down into the nitty gritty about how I do what I do and how we've done what we've done. So anyway, have a great day. 23 minutes is a long time for me to ramble. So thanks for your patience, and God bless you guys, and have an awesome, awesome time. And go have a great day no matter what. That's what I like to say too. So have a great day. God bless you guys, and we'll see you next time. Cheers.